We, a couple of years ago, made an acquisition of a SSP technology company called LiftDNA, and part of that technology revolved around the very concept of creating maximum competition within the ad server for any of our partners. And by maximum competition, we mean the ability to put in demand from OpenX into the ad server or any other third party into the ad server, such that for every single impression, there is maximum competition. And as everyone knows, the more competition there is for a given impression, the higher the price. So we were able to do this and sort of productize it after that acquisition in a product category called, we called bidder. It's subsequently been called header bidding. And we were the first a couple of years ago. We're the largest right now. And the benefit really is just driving maximum competition within DFP or any other ad server for every single impression. The benefits of that are increased yield, and we're seeing impacts of across the board 30% on the low end up for publishers, not just of the inventory that we win, but across all remnant inventory, which is obviously a huge benefit, and it's why we've got more than 150 bidder clients to date. The long-term importance of that is of kind of header bidding is that it allows us to inject different types of demand into the publisher ad server. So related to that, a recent announcement, very recent announcement is called Real-Time Guaranteed, RTG. And basically the idea there is to leverage our position within the publisher stack or through header bidding to insert guaranteed demand into the ad server. So what is guaranteed demand? There's kind of two classes of buyers for publisher inventory. One is sort of the general programmatic buyers who buy on an impression by impression basis. And then there's the type of buyers who typically buy through an IO-based system. So they buy big blocks of inventory. And what they're trying to accomplish, these IO buyers, is maximum throughput or dollars spent, predictable dollars spent against a target audience. Programmatic buyers that typically want to target users that meets their audience criteria and bid on a person by person, impression by impression basis. Different campaign objectives, different sort of philosophies, and really the ideal scenario is being able to combine the two. So creating, if you're a buyer, an agency buyer, you might want to reach a well-defined audience, but when you reach them, you want to reach them at guaranteed predictability, meaning if I have $100,000, I need to know that I'm going to spend the $100,000 on a given publisher. So that's hard to do in an auction environment where you're bidding for every impression and you don't know how many of your users are going to show up at a given site. So through RTG, what we do is we basically forecast for a buyer their audience across a number of publishers. We then work with a publisher to facilitate a conversation between buyer and publisher such that when that audience shows up, it will be purchased on a guaranteed basis. So then we know a couple things. One, we know forecast how much audience will show up and how many dollars will show up. And two, we can lock that into the ad server such that it's guaranteed throughput for the buyer. So everybody wins. Publisher gets access to much larger budgets, and buyers get access and certainty around their reach into the audience and the fact that when they see their audience, they've bought it. They've worked with the publisher to buy it and own it. So that's RTG, and that's directly related to the header bidding because we can execute that through the header bidding position, which is a major advance. And given that we work with 30 to 40% of the ComScore 100, we're uniquely positioned to bring that to market.